It is all about the 50s this 2014 as Works Theatrical is set to bring back the highly popular musical Grease, one of my favorites. Organizers assure this year's production will breathe new life and give off new energy from their new set of cast, led by theater actor Guji Lorenzana, theater actresses Tippy Dos Santos, and of course, the comeback kid herself, Miss Antoinette Toss, and they join us this morning to tell us more about this. Good morning, guys.
Hi. Good morning.
Oh, it's fabulous having all three of you here. Okay, so you must be so excited about this.
Extremely.
Who wants to go
Super.
first? Okay, who wants to go first?
The thing is, I've always loved Grease, and even before I ever saw Grease, when I was younger, I've just always loved the 50s. The 50s was just a decade that I love the clothes, the music, the vibe, just everything about it. So I'm definitely super excited.
That's great. That's great. Tippy.
Yeah, well, I feel the same way because growing up, I was 4 or 5, I think. I was watching Grease,
Oh, boy.
and it just, I know, but everything about it amazed me, you know, them singing, their acting, and the costumes.
Yeah.
Everything was just so magical for me. So ever since I was younger, I've always thought I'd like to be Sandy, and then now I'm watching, I'm doing Grease. Yeah.
Amazing.
And I think for me, what's exciting about it is that, you know, even if you're not a fan of musical theater, you know what Grease is.
Sure,
You've heard of it. So it's definitely an honor to be a part of it.
Right, right. Yeah, you would call that sort of like a musical landmark, a theatrical landmark in the industry, right? Now, all three of you, you've all grown up in some sort of, I guess, limelight, right? So I'm sure you're not unfamiliar with social pressures. I mean, you might have had a different kind from what your other classmates used to have growing up, but how would you discuss the social pressure that is in Grease, in the story of Grease? Because, you know, like Sandy gets pressured, right, to change for the guy she wants, and you've got, like, you know, the dudes being dudes and the girls being girls. Like, how do you feel you guys were able to tackle that issue on Grease?
Well,
Go.
well, I think that social like pressures like that, peer pressure and things like that, have existed forever. And I think what Grease shows is that it's relevant not only in the past, but it's relevant even today.
Right.
So as far as relating to it, we can always relate to it because I think our parents have been through it. I've been through it. My kids are going to go through it, and it's something that we all have to tackle. And what's good about Grease is that these are simple yet complex problems that they're encountering. And these simple and complex problems we tackle today as well. So maybe it's just a different kind because of technology and things like that that we have today. But
it's timeless.
But it's timeless. Yeah.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Same thoughts.
Okay, now let's talk about I think the more resonating theme in Grease itself, which is the teenage love that was there. You know, I think for us girls, we watched it because of the love element, right? Like, okay, what was that like working to make sure that that element was so real and present?
Well, I guess when you think about teenage love, it's all about not being jaded. It's all about being so open and positive and hopeful.
Idealistic.
And hopeful that whoever you're with now will be who you're going to be with forever, right? Because when you're in love...
that's so true.
I'm sorry.
We're cringing because it's true.
It's so true. If you think about your first love, you're really going to remember how you just tried everything and you were willing to do everything for that person because you think that's the one. But the same way with Grease, no matter how people are pulling them apart, how different Sandy is from Danny, in the end, I mean, they change for each other because they really know that they'd give up who they are just for the person they love.
Wow.
And that's the same way for...
Kinikilig si Antoinette.
I think that's the best thing about teenage love, yeah.
Okay, so this was, I mean, the first staging of this was in the 70s. None of us were even thoughts in our parents' minds yet. So there must be some sort of pressure to bring the authenticity of the 50s. Now, how do you feel this group, you know, this production group is going to bring that to life?
Since we started, I feel like from, you know, the production team, the director, the musical director, they always spoke about how they wanted it to be really real. That when you say, you know, Grease, or they call us greasers, we're not actually the cool kids of the school. We're basically kind of like the outcasts. Yes, the rejects.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't really realize that because when you see the film, you see them as the stars of the film, and you think, oh my God, they're the cool kids. And they also wanted to stay true to the music, how they valued music in the 50s. Because nowadays, as our director always, tells us, people take music for granted. You get it on your phone, you get it on your iPod, you get it everywhere on the radio.
That's right.
But way back then, the only way to really listen to music is if you had a radio or you played it yourself. And people will actually get together and really try to, have little parties, basement parties.
Jam sessions.
Jam sessions. And those are a lot of the things that they really want to show in the musical. And we're truly proud to be a part of it. And we want the audience to feel, what it's like to be in the 50s. It's not about just the glitz and the glamour. It's really about, the truth of what the decade was about.
That's fantastic. It'll be a time-traveling experience for everyone. How did you prepare for your roles? I mean, sure, it's easy to watch, all the other renditions of this this performance, but how did you internalize? What was your process? Like, how did you get into the role that you're playing? This I want to hear. I want to hear how you guys got into it. We'll start with the only thorn among the roses.
Well, I think for me, I tried to think about how Danny feels. And he's a bad boy that's actually really a good boy inside.
You look like a good boy inside.
Thank you.
With a letter jacket. No.
Yeah, but that's what I think he is. And I just try to look at how I grew up and how I went, what I experienced in high school. And I think it's about really being a kid, because the director Bobby always tells me is that, remember, these are teenagers.
Right.
So their problems are a lot different. They're not as what you thought was really a big deal then isn't really that big of a deal.
Right.
So you got to play it
Thanks
that way.
for the perspective.
Yeah. But you have to play it that way. So whenever I try to prepare myself, I always try to think about how did I feel when I was a kid, when I was going through this.
Yeah. And you? Were you the Sandy type, like in real life?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. This is Sandy right here.
Secrets come out.
This is Sandra D.
When we're having pizza, everybody's saying that, oh, you're so Sandy, you're so boring. Yeah, I know. No, but I'm not bored. No, but they just say that my choices and things is just the same as Sandy. But I think what I've done is I watched the movie a couple of times ever since we started
with
rehearsals.
Olivia Newton-John, of course.
Yeah, with Olivia Newton-John. Not because I wanted to copy who Sandy was in the movie, but because I really just wanted to see an example of Sandy, of how somebody has done it, because I haven't watched any of the musicals yet, of the staging of Grease. And then I read my script multiple times. I just wanted to get to know her more, but also put my own personality into her, because I think Sandy's, she's plain Jane, she's conservative, but she still has that spunk. Like, she's not a pushover.
Yeah.
That's how I see her.
And it comes out.
Yeah, and it comes out in
too,
the end.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just view her as the person who can just be pushed around or who can just be told what to do. And I don't think that's who Sandy is. I mean, I want to portray her as a person who knows who she is, but is not going to let anybody else just, step all over her.
Right. And you?
Oh my goodness. When I first auditioned for Grease, I didn't really realize that I would end up being Rizzo. And the
I played her, by the way, when I was in high school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love that role.
But I'm ecstatic. I'm incredibly excited. I can't believe that they wanted me to be Rizzo, and it's an honor, and it's a bit of a challenge, quite a bit of a challenge, because I've never really played an aggressive role before, and somebody who comes across stronger. Usually, I'm the Sandy type, and the funny thing is, I feel like it came at the right time in my life, and the challenge for Rizzo is, since I am an adult, I'm not a teenager anymore. When she brings in that element of being quite jaded in love and in life, I have to be careful to not make it too jaded the way adults would feel. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're still in high school. They're still kids.
That's right.
And, she's just the one that kind of made a lot of those decisions that normal people don't usually take the path. But, I love the character. I think she's a strong character. And I'm excited. Hopefully everybody enjoys my portrayal of Rizzo.
We're excited. This is showing starting November 15, right?
November
and
15.
This will be staged where?
RCBC Makati from November 15 to December 7th. There you go, at the CPR Auditorium. For tickets, call 0917-554-5560.
All right, so you guys have all the information there on the screen, and this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I've been waiting for. Super excited. Thank you for having time with us this morning, but I know you're going to sing for us, right? I'm not going to let you go unless you sing. I'm going to change.
By the way, this is under Works Theatrical and directed by Robbie Guevara.
Yes.
None other than. Okay, well, take it away. Who's going to be singing? All three or?
Sandy and Danny.
Now we witness.
I'm going to be here giving them a dirty look. Like,
all right.
I'm mad.
Perfect. All right, let's hear it. Take it away.
Sandy, can't you see I'm in misery? We made a start, now we're apart. There's nothing left for me. Love has flown all alone. I sit and wonder why, oh why you left me. Oh Sandy, oh Sandy, baby, someday when high school is done, somehow, some way, our two worlds will be one. In heaven forever and ever we will be. Oh, please say you'll stay, oh Sandy.
Guess mine is not the first heartbroken. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know there's just no getting over you. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you.
Cried inside.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Oh my gosh,
having
I'm even
us.
more excited. So make sure you guys catch Grease, all right? Guji, Lorenzana, Tippy Dos Santos, and of course, Antoinette Toss. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I will see you there.
Please do.
I'll be, you know, the rowdy woman in the front row.
I guarantee you guys will have fun.
Please do that.
Fantastic. 9 Works Theatrical, all right?